Neho, welcome to this video with me, Annie, for Lion Rock Properties. Today I'm hiding out of the sunshine so I can actually look at you. In the video later I will be wearing glasses because it's so bright today. Now we're going to get into this property. It is a very popular area. It's SK5, which, as you probably will recognize if you've been following us for a while, we've recommended and clients have bought in SK5 Reddish before. Why? Because it's mid-range affordable, constant demand for people buying, constant demand for people renting. It's well placed for the city, decent amenities, good shopping, and it's kind of it's popular, and the school's reasonable as well. So it always does well. But what's been interesting about this property is evaluating what are the things in this property that could cost you a lot of money to repair. What of the things in this property could you work with? And it's been said, I don't know if you're familiar with, there's a program in the UK called Location, because the idea is that you can do whatever you want to a property, but you can never change where it is. So this particular property, whilst the location is good, we're going to be assessing really how much is going to need to be done. And we're going to also dig in as well, because there's a couple of things in particular that I want you to look out for. So the first thing to note about this property is it was a rental. It was tenanted. Now, when properties are tenanted, there is kind of there's a back and forth between what the landlord provides and what the tenant needs to do, okay? And as you know, and so what happens sometimes when a landlord perhaps furnishes quite cheaply, on the cheap, sometimes the tenants don't show that full respect. By the same token, when we refurbish to great standard and demand very good clients, they can take good care as tenant as well. So what we have in this case with this property, and you'll see what I mean, we'll go through it step by step. So we'll go through it now. So the first impression with the property is it is on a corner, which is great. Front gardens, there was a nice neighbor tending to his garden, but to the left as you walk in, there was a kind of old dilapidated garage. The door was broken. You'll see it coming up. There may be asbestos in the ceiling there, on the roof, and if there is asbestos found, you cannot just take that down. You have to pay professionals to do it in a safe manner. Now, if you leave it, it looks quite bad, and so if you leave something like that, the better quality of tenant is probably not going to want to live there, right? And if you're already going to be spending over £200,000 to buy the property, you want to be getting yourself looking at like excellent tenants, right? So that's the first thing to watch out for. Next, when we go into the property, in the main living area, again, it's done quite cheap, quite neutral. There's not too much to worry about, but there's a little bit of a lingering musty smell, which makes me think somewhere around the property there's some maybe a little bit of damp that hasn't been fully dealt with. So again, you would have to rip that out. Now, you'll notice as you watch through the videos as well, look out in the kitchen in particular. There is some damage on the top. Someone has put a very hot plate, a hot pan onto the side, and it's damaged all the sides. So that's replacing all that is actually quite can be quite costly. In fact, the kitchen completely needs redoing, to be honest with you. Now, so essentially it's listed for 205,000, and you're going to need to put a new kitchen in before you see a penny. You're more than likely going to have to pull every soft furnishing out and look for where this damp or whatever is coming from before you see any money. The bathroom is adequate, but again, if you want a really good tenant, you're going to have to put a new bathroom in before you see any money. So you see a theme here. What we're saying is, in an area like this, there isn't always a lot of demand, a lot of availability. There isn't always a lot of stock. And so even with a property where the outside didn't look very good, the garage door was broken, I'm in an area where the planes go over. I hope you can still hear me. There's a lot to do in the property, and still it was very, very busy. There were dozens of people viewing the property. I hope they're going somewhere good on holiday, right? So yeah, look out for what I've mentioned and make your own decision. But the key thing for me is, whilst we can't always change, we can never change the location, what we do want to do is go into with our eyes open and think, how much do I really want to spend before I see any return? And do I want to pick up a property from a landlord that was quite cheap and tenants that maybe didn't take too much care? And that's really only a decision that you can make for yourself. Some of you may not be bothered by that. It's just another property. Let's get it finished. And others of you may be bothered that what else does it mean when everything is done cheaply? There is not really the respect. There's not really the cleanliness, etc. So I'll leave that in your capable hands. Watch us. Let us know what you thought about this video. Don't forget to give us a like, a comment, give us your feedback. And any questions you have about the property, of course, the office or I will come back and answer those for you. Thanks for watching this video. I'll do a quick wrap up at the end. Otherwise, let us know what you thought. And is this a property that you would be happy to offer in excess of £205,000? You can decide now. So we're here now at 57 Fovant Crescent in Reddish. This is a very popular area. It is a crescent, and our clients have bought a couple of properties around this particular crescent. It's essentially cul-de-sac. They're semis or mews, the properties. This one's a semi on the corner. So yes, it has sort of a bit of an old crappy thing. We'll see that in a minute, but let's just look through here. So still the back roads behind Reddish, about 2 streets away from the main centre. So you can drive through that way, or more obviously this way, and that gets you to shops, etc. So here's the outside wall, obviously the edge of the boundary. It's here, and we're looking at this one. So you can see with the light, tiles are good condition. Your flashing's reasonably good there. Not much vegetation in the chimney. A little bit of moss perhaps to come down, but these slats are okay. So quite tidy neighbourhood. Certainly most of the properties on here are well maintained or being taken and well maintained. So this one's gonna perhaps have a bit of work. It was tenanted. You can see front garden just needs to be done there. Get this corner bit. You could, you know, to use this as garage if you want. Have to just get the top checked for asbestos. But you know, useful to have the extra storage, and from a rental point of view, they don't mind about that. Side of the property, bricks wise good. Obviously you probably had a window here or coal access, so that's been blocked up, and got a little sort of access down here. There's this little storage thing that's going to go through to the back, so we'll see that in a moment. Door off. It just it's been a little bit tired, isn't it? But however, let's go in and see what we've got. Again, it's listed at 205,000. Just quickly check the front. I'm going here first, guys, so you can see actually your pointing is pretty good. Not any disaster there really. And the UPVC is fine. Fascias underneath are reasonably good. Not perfect, but reasonably good. And your guttering is fine. So let's have a head in. We're going to come through. So, lounge. So again, it was done out for tenants, so carpet, as you can hear, there's a few floorboards underneath creaking, but nothing too significant. This obviously all boarded up with a fireplace. That's actually not too big. UPVC is in fair, good condition, okay. And the radiator under here also keeps that all warm. Ceiling is just low maintenance, easy on the wallpaper. And then through to here. A little bit of like musty smell maybe. Probably just people drying and washing with the windows closed or something like that. But obviously you'd have it checked out anyway. Come through to see the conservatory. So a little bit tired on the floor. It's some probably kids playing or cheaper, and so it's got damage. But you could put rug down and deal with that really reasonably easy. May as well just head ask. Can we get out the back or no? Just in wander around. Yeah, that's fine. Of course. Okay, so the back rendering is reasonably good. I'll pop round there later at the end. Radiator in here, no condensation. Not too bad.
Well, it's a bit, yeah.
So, this is, yeah, you can see the bare bones of what was once okay, but because it was cheaply done and tenants not take good care, you're going to need to refurb it. Ceiling in here is all right. So fridge freezer here, cooker here, washer here, but again that's probably got a bit of mould and damp from the washer. Again, you want to check that with survey, make sure that's not been drawn in. What's the bosh? These are pretty good. Shouldn't have any issues with that. So a little bit of the storage there as well. Concertina door. Flooring wise, it's actually okay. Just a bit ruffled there. I think that's just the fitting. I don't think there's water in it or anything. If you want a project, this will be it. Go upstairs now. So I'm gonna head up. It's just simple, so that's what it is here. It has got up-to-date consuming in it because it was tenanted, so that is done at least. So that's good. Head up. So busy with people viewing today. That's our view out. The ceiling here is fine. And you come through back the box room again. Just a faint musty smell, so you probably need to, you can hear as well. Floorboard a little bit uneven. But look, you know, some of the neighbours are very nice and smart. So it could be a good time to come to a property like this. Depends if that's what you're after, really. That room. So, yeah, there's not, condensation isn't coming in. It's a decent, okay size. Unclear what these are. But that's why this property is listed at 205,000. They've been selling it at 230, 240 a while ago. So that's why these ones are 205 now. There's some mould patches there. So again, no condensation is coming in. So it's doing its job, I suppose. It's better than it coming in, but just feels a little bit cheap, that's all. Ceiling, the rest of it's fine apart from the mould there. Then we'll just see bathroom in a moment. But yeah, the property's been here, been going up to 240, 250 or more, something like that for the very good properties, and that's why this one obviously needs a few bits of spending. So, coming to the bathroom. So, it's fair in here, it's okay. Ceiling's actually okay. They've tried to keep it clean with the water condensation. Not the worst bathroom we've seen. Just cheaply done and not well maintained, but that is what you get for 205,000 in Reddish, because going to good rental once it's done, you just got to do the investment. We'll just check the back of the house for you now. So we're just at the back of the property now and just show you around a little bit. So this property is listed for 205,000. It's very bright again today. It's listed for 205,000 because again it's going to go for a lot more than that once renovated. So it's really up to you if you want a project like this. It does benefit from a few things. Let's see those. So of course it does have the conservatory that next door doesn't have. You can see on the roof there, roof's in decent condition. It's just got the moss. Hopefully you can see that okay. And the rear bricks, again, should be okay. Hopefully you can see that. I'll quickly turn it around in a second as well. But just wanted to kind of share that it's leasehold, 999 from build 1950, and £6 ground rent. I'll just turn the camera this way and we'll show you the flashing, etc. So you've got that too. So just making sure you've seen everything. So the back pointing is fair to good. Your flashing on this was well constructed when it was done, is good, really there. Obviously this was newer, so those bricks are newer, that's fine. It's adequate on these. That's a bit messy, but in general it's adequate. For one that's been tenanted, it's in medium to low condition. The tenants weren't particularly house proud, but they weren't too awful either. So, but yeah, in this area for 205,000 and then plus spending tens of thousands to get it nice, that's the question, isn't it? Well, I hope you enjoyed this video and this exploration of the property in the Crescent in Reddish. We saw the back, we saw the decking, you saw the kitchen, you saw the bathroom, we had the musty smell. We saw that it's a nice corner plot, so when finished it could be really stunning. So that's really what this has all been about, to allow you to compare and think, here is an example of a great area. These properties were solidly made when they were constructed. They were very well made. So the only challenge we have is that it's been cheaply maintained. And again, how much does that bother you? It might not bother you at all. You may just rip out the entire property, go back to the fundamentals and build from there. The good things about this property, they had quite a new boiler, so the heating system was quite new, which has been done. It's always a great job when that's been done. And because it's been tenanted, the electrics were up to date as well. So a new heating system and electric system are costly, and they were already taken care of. So that was kind of a positive from this. It was just pretty much every other job needed doing apart from those two. So let us know what you think about this property. I'm Annie. I'm gonna sign off now. I have to run to another property quickly. We hope you enjoyed the videos. Let us know if you want any more content or what else you'd like to see on the videos, and we'll see you in the next one.
我哋喺倫敦、曼城、利物浦、伯明翰提供全面嘅物業管理服務，亦都有幫助海外嘅投資者喺英國置業。如果有興趣嘅話，歡迎你 WhatsApp 或者係上我哋嘅網站，或者係電郵我哋去了解更多嘅資訊。